Imagine this. You're standing in front of her, words on the tip of your tongue. You've heard all the lines before. You're beautiful. I've never met someone like you. You have the most amazing smile. But here's the truth. Those words, they don't land. Not the way you think they will. In fact, they barely make an impact. Why? Because most guys are out here throwing compliments like candy, hoping one will stick. They wonder why she doesn't call back, why she doesn't chase, why she ghosts. The reality is, it's not what you say, it's who you are when you say it. This video isn't just about picking the right words. It's about understanding the power of energy, presence, and authenticity, things that come from a place of knowing who you are. The truth is, women are not waiting for another line. They're waiting for a man who stands firm in his own skin, who doesn't chase validation, and who speaks from a place of calm confidence. And when you speak with that energy, when you say the right thing in the right way, it'll hit differently. Not because the words themselves are magic, but because they come from someone who has mastered his own inner peace. The key here isn't manipulation, it's alignment. It's about speaking to the parts of a woman that crave depth, clarity, and trust. And trust me, it's not about impressing her, it's about moving her. Moving her soul, not just her heart. The right words, said with the right energy, can create a spark that no woman will ever forget. So if you're tired of playing games and you want to speak in a way that leaves her breathless, keep watching. Because what I'm about to share will change the way she looks at you forever. Let's dive into the first power phrase. I don't need you, but I choose you. Let those words sink in. Say them out loud. Now think about how they land, not just as words, but as energy. What makes this statement so powerful? Why does it make her pause, hesitate, and take notice? Stick around, because this is just the beginning of understanding what truly makes you irresistible. Part 1. The power of I don't need you, but I choose you. So let's go back to the first phrase that can change everything. I don't need you, but I choose you. When you say this, it's not just a rejection of neediness, it's a declaration of independence. A man who says these words is not begging for affection or attention. He's not looking for someone to fill a void. Instead, he is offering something rare and powerful, the freedom of choice. The moment you say this, you disrupt the typical dynamics that most men fall into. You're not playing a game. You're standing in your truth. For this statement hits differently. Women often find themselves bombarded with men who either try to impress or chase them, acting as though they need them to feel complete. It's exhausting to constantly be the object of a man's validation-seeking behavior. So when you say, I don't need you, but I choose you, it carries with it a sense of power, a sense of control over your own life. You're not depending on her to complete you, but rather offering her a choice, her choice to share her world with you. In that moment, it's not just your words that matter, but the energy that comes with them. Women are highly intuitive, and they can feel your presence. If you are desperate, if you are clinging to validation, they'll pick up on that immediately. But when you stand in stillness, when you are confident in who you are and what you want, your words become a force that resonates on a deeper level. The Stoic element, self-sufficiency and freedom. The Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of self-sufficiency. We are all responsible for our own emotions, our own inner peace. When you say these words, you're not just playing to her, you're playing to your own integrity. You know who you are. You know your worth. You don't need her validation to feel whole. Imagine her reaction when she realizes that. The weight of the world doesn't rest on her shoulders. She's not seen as your savior or your answer to loneliness. Instead, she is simply someone you value and choose. This can be incredibly alluring because deep down, it's a reflection of your own strength and emotional maturity. When a woman realizes that you don't need her, but you choose her, she sees that you offer something incredibly valuable, the freedom of choice. And trust me, no woman ever forgets the man who makes her feel like she is chosen rather than needed. Part 2, the power of deep connection. Tell me something you've never told anyone. The next phrase I want you to think about is a bit different. It's not about making a grand statement, it's about creating an invitation, a connection. Tell me something you've never told anyone. Now, this might sound like a simple question, but let's break down what's really happening here. When you ask a woman this, you're not trying to flatter her or impress her with your knowledge of her life. What you're doing is offering her something far more precious, the space to be real, to be vulnerable. Why vulnerability is irresistible. There's a reason why people crave deep connection, especially in romantic relationships. It's because we all long to be seen for who we truly are, not the mask we wear every day. So many men waste their time complimenting her appearance, her smile, or trying to impress her with stories of their achievements. But how many of them have ever stopped and asked, what is it that she's hiding? What's the truth behind the wall she's built? This question taps into something every human, especially every woman, yearns for. The chance to share the deepest parts of herself without judgment, without fear of rejection. When you ask this question, you open up a doorway to intimacy, and intimacy is far more alluring than any surface-level compliment. The Stoic approach to listening. In Stoic philosophy, the concept of listening is an important one. A Stoic doesn't simply hear, they listen with full presence. They absorb what is being said, without judgment, without interruption, and without expectation. The power of this question lies not in the asking, but in the listening. When you ask her to tell you something she's never told anyone, it's not just about extracting a secret. It's about creating a moment of connection where she feels truly heard. It's about giving her the freedom to drop the mask and speak from a place of honesty. Part 3, the non-problem solver. I'm not here to fix you. The third phrase, I'm not here to fix you, I'm here to stand with you, is a game changer. If you've ever been in a relationship or interaction where you felt like the other person was trying to fix you, you'll know how suffocating that feels. But here's the thing. Women are complex, beautiful creatures, and they don't need a hero to rescue them. They need someone who stands by them, who supports them, and who doesn't try to control or change their essence. Why women crave emotional safety. Throughout their lives, many women have been told they're too emotional, too independent, too much, or not enough. Society often imposes standards of perfection that women feel they need to live up to. But what if, instead of trying to fix them, you could simply meet them where they are, fully accepting them for all their complexities and imperfections? Saying, I'm not here to fix you is powerful because it dismantles the idea that something is broken about them. It tells her that she is worthy just as she is, and that your love is not conditional on her being perfect. The Stoic strength here is in being present without panic. It's not about trying to change or control. It's about offering your unwavering support while giving her the space to be herself, with all her flaws and brilliance. When you stand with her, instead of trying to fix her, you build a foundation of emotional safety that allows the connection to deepen. And this is what women truly crave. A man who can hold space for them without judgment or fear.